there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to our TGIF Talks, episode 145. I'm your host, Dr. Sheep, joined by co-host Anonymous Phil.
Yep. Again.
Okay. Only one, scene one. Well, there's lots of things to talk about. So I guess if we're already talking about the maps, I can show you what I was working on.
Oh, you've been working on something.
Well, I mean, I spent like an afternoon and realized, oh, that's pretty much all I wanted to do. So if we go in here...
You have 3 drives?
Well, yeah, this one's my... has all my save stuff. That one? Yeah, don't touch it when it's on. Rule 1 of hard drives, do not touch them when they're on.
It has a plastic case. It's fine.
No, even the movement's enough to screw it up.
What, you think I deleted a file or something just by picking it
up?
up?
No, but you could cause corruption. Anyways.
I always cause corruption.
Isn't that the truth?
I break a vase without even touching it.
Anyways, God, I don't remember some documents.
You made it today?
No. We've
been working on it for a while.
I started this a long time ago.
But you got back to
stopped working on it and then picked it back up. Look for license plate map.
See Nebraska counties.
That's it.
Oh wow.
So okay, so I found this map.
Zoom in.
Well, you don't need to do that. We can just do this. So basically, we print this off, and then we have the list. We have the county, and the seat, and the license plate number associated.
You should put the number on the map too.
Well, hold on. We're not done. Then we have this map, which has the county seats. Because this one doesn't just have seats, it has others as well. But I like that it has the roads.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. So I had to make a compromise. And then there's this one.
Oh, okay.
This one's got all of the numbers. I didn't realize Hooker County is the last county.
But it doesn't have the name. So, like, I guess what I was saying is...
it doesn't fit.
But this one, if you handwrite, like, a number, then you could quickly be like, oh, Cherry's this number, without having to find, oh, okay, this is, 70 or whatever, for the sake of, thinking you need to go find 70. Dakota. Now I need to go find Dakota. Oh, it's somewhere over here, right here. Versus if you just saw the number, you know exactly where it's at, and the name's right above it.
Well, no, but you have this one.
Yeah, but there's no names.
Well, yeah, but these are only. But you find. So you see the license plate. You're like, okay, oh, County 40. We're in Pierce County. Where the heck is Pierce County? You go down to here, 40. So then we got to find 40.
Oh boy.
That's the other issue. I was trying to figure out there's a way to figure that out. 40. Boom.
Was there
done.
Was this in order of how they became counties?
No. Because I'm pretty sure these are the newest counties.
Why is the order the way it is?
Don't know.
Who did this? Who did this?
I don't know. I don't know who's to blame. Pulp.
Is that pulp?
Yeah. It's freshly squeezed. Well, I shouldn't say freshly. I squeezed it like a few days. Squeezed it a few days ago, but
it looked like a booger.
It's not a booger. It's freshly squeezed. Anyways, so we print these off, and then we put them on cardstock. Put them in sleeves, and we put them in these folders. So we can just put them right in here. We can quickly reference them.
Yeah.
What I want to do is I want to figure out a way. I want to figure out how much lamination costs.
To get something laminated?
Yeah.
Versus
how much it is to just buy a laminator.
So I went to, this was a couple of years ago. I had a piece of paper. It was 11 by 17. It costs like $2 to have it laminated at Office Depot.
Okay, so let's extrapolate that.
It was pretty cheap, I thought. I thought $2 was pretty cheap.
So let's extrapolate that to 6 copies. Because we want 3 copies of the United States. Which, I mean, actually, we don't even really need 3 copies of the United States. We really just need 1. Because...
And this is 11 by 8.5. Mine was 11 by 17.
That's true. So, yeah. So it's definitely probably cheaper just to take one small map of the United States for license plate bingo.
Actually, I did want to print off another map, 11 by 17 of the U.S. and take it to have it laminated. So, because I can never find a good map that doesn't have too much information but shows the interstates. Because I want to see the routes of all the interstates, but I also don't want to see all the other highways and rivers and just... It's too cluttered. The maps I find of the interstates are too cluttered.
You ever just take a screenshot of Google Maps?
Yeah. But I was like, but you can find blank maps. And so I was like, well, I could just make my own, you know.
True.
Just a blank map with...
You could always trace over it, too.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you don't even need to trace it. We could just superimpose, actually.
But see, the idea was that I'd have it laminated, and I could write over it with Sharpie. And then, you know, I could use alcohol to take it off. That way I can have a repurposable map.
So that's what I want to do, is I want to get one laminated. Well, we probably only need 1 map. And then we'd have 1 map specifically for license plate bingo. Like, we have navigation maps to tell us...
I remember. So the idea was, so to make it easier to plan trips. Because, you know, right now I just draw it out on a piece of paper. And I'm like, okay, I want to go to all these places. But, like, what's the best order to do this, you know? And so, by having a map that it's repurposable, you know, I could make notes on it. And then, you know, when I'm done planning the trip, you know, I could erase it off. But that way, then I could be like, okay, this park, this park, this park. And then be like, okay, here's major interstates that we travel along. We should probably go this one first, then this one. Because that was the whole thing with trying to decide if we should do Mesa Verde or Black Canyon first.
I don't think we'll run into that issue anymore. Now that the next several trips are literally... maybe the California trip we might run into that issue. Actually, no.
No, we already have it planned out, though.
Yeah. Well, I think the one to the south, or the one out to Maine.
So I've been thinking, so this whole solar eclipse, annular eclipse trip, I think it'd be best if instead of, like, you know, there was that science museum, there's several national parks in, like, national, well, I guess not national parks, monuments.
Oh.
But there's still, some of them are still really cool. And they're in the northeastern corner of New Mexico, and then, like, the northwestern part of Texas. So then you could still cross off Texas if you really wanted to. But it would be going to national monuments, which I think might be cooler than this space museum.
I'd go to a national monument.
Yeah.
Who wants to look at a bunch of rusty old rockets?
I don't know. I thought it'd be kind of cool.
I don't know. But, no, as I was saying, I want to know... Because we only really need 1 map. We really only need 2 copies. Maybe 4. 1 for your car, 1 for my truck.
Oh, yeah.
For license plate bingo. And then for the states. And then also the counties.
Is this a river right here? Is this the North Platte?
Yeah, it is part of the Platte, yeah. So, because the laminator at Walmart's like $33.
And what do we have going on here?
It's a great question.
Is that on Oliver?
Yeah.
It is. Merritt County. What the hell is going on with Merritt County?
That's a great question.
Why? Excuse me.
Oh, that might have just broke things.
Oh, did I really?
Yeah. Oh, before you do anything.
Control 0?
No. We hit undo.
No.
You can't do control. You have to go down here. And then you use the scroll bar. Yeah, they did the superimposed thing as well. I just hate that you can't, like... It's so... I wish Google... There's some things about Google Maps that just frustrate me. One of which is, like, I want to see counties. But you can't. But unless you, but you can only see one county at a time. You can't see multiple counties
on Google Maps.
Yeah, or there's no a thing to turn on counties.
Oh, that'd be a cool feature.
Be an awesome feature, because then I know. Okay, yeah. Are we gonna cross into this county? No. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Now, this map is more detailed than I thought it was.
You know, like why?
Why what?
I just don't get why they're just offset. Is that the county road? Oh, the jog. Is that what they're showing? The jog?
Yeah. So
is it that big? You can see it this much?
Yeah. So here, give me the thing.
I didn't know
So I watched a short. They were talking about how many sides does Colorado have?
Sides?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it just a square?
It's not a square. It has is it 200 sides?
Oh, so wait, this is not a perfectly straight line? If you look at all the counties, it's jagged?
Yep. Colorado is really bad, so if you pull up Google Maps, you can see it on Google Maps. So when they were doing this,
it looks
over here.
Over here?
But as we zoom in, well, Google might have it fixed now, but historically, it's broken. Very fucking broken. It zigzags. Because they go in a straight line, and then it start to veer off. It would veer off from the direction it's supposed to go. I think Google just draws a generic line.
Honey. Oh, yeah. Hoven Weep.
Yeah, I think Google just draws a generic line so you can't see it. Oh, here we go. There's a freaking line right there. That's crooked. That's not straight.
Yeah.
Look at that. There's one adjustment.
I wonder if it's following mountains or something. I don't know.
No.
Well, it looks like it's going between two things.
No. So the surveyors, they were following what they thought was a straight line. But
the mountains threw them off? What threw them off?
What happened was the Earth is not a square.
Yeah.
It's not flat. It's rounded. They didn't take the Earth's curvature into account. They were supposed to follow lines of longitude.
Yeah.
But they weren't taking into account the Earth's curvature because they were underpaid and they didn't have a lot of time to do it.
Oh, because I was going to say,
so as
we had done all the other states before Colorado.
What do you mean?
Well, all the other eastern states.
Yeah. Well,
wasn't Nebraska and Kansas a state first?
Nebraska was yes, we were a state months before Colorado.
Yeah.
But
and when
ours are jagged too.
Oh.
Any lines that go up and down are jagged. They're all jagged. Yeah. I know for a fact Nebraska's is jagged because if you look at the counties are jagged as well. Cherry County is really noticeable. If we look at the map, actually, look at that.
Yeah.
It's very noticeable. Mm-hmm. Because, again, they were probably told to follow lines of longitude, but then realized they couldn't.
Yeah.
And so they had to. So that's what happened with Colorado. Because Colorado, the thing that made Colorado, the charter or whatever, it lined out Colorado's to follow these lines of latitude and these lines of longitude. Yeah, no, it didn't do that very well.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they were told, make a rectangle, but you can't make a rectangle on a sphere. So, great. They did a great job. These surveyors were just...
Well, you can also blame the meter for the surveyors. So, the original definition was that the polar circumference of the Earth was supposed to... That 1/4 of the polar circumference of the Earth was supposed to equal exactly 10,000 meters. Was it meters or kilometers? So if I look, it should be 40,000 total.
It'd be kilometers.
Is it polar?
Yes, it'd be kilometers because the Earth is 24,000 miles, so it'd have to be in kilometers.
So it was supposed to be 10,000 kilometers, 1/4 of the Earth, and they make a meter long enough to meet such a requirement. But it's off. It's off by 7,000 kilometers.
That's quite a bit.
The reason, there's actually a reason. One, they found it much later. One of the surveyors in his journal after he died.
Oh, after he died.
Yeah.
So,
he kept it a secret.
He took it to his grave.
He took it to his grave.
Could you imagine, right? The entire world has thought the Earth is perfect, and that is 40,000 kilometers. You know, you're out there, you're spending every day measuring, and you're like, fuck.
This is yeah.
So you're just like, shit. Do I just lie to the freaking land office, or what do you do?
Yeah, you lie.
You just fudge the numbers, lie, write it down in your journal.
That's exactly what he did.
Tell your wife never.
He fudged the numbers.
Anybody.
I don't remember. So there was a whole story about why he did it, and I don't remember if it was just the weather, or the terrain, or just where he was at. He was just like, "This is stupid." This is stupid.
This is stupid.
This is stupid. And so he was like,
oh, you're a surveyor. It's your job. He's like, fuck this.
This is stupid.
That'd be us as a surveyor. Just, like, all right, guys, we got to climb up this mountain because that's the way the line needs to go. Just like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah. Anyway, so he measured the distances. And then he gets close to the end. And he's just like, I think I can guesstimate the rest of this. So he just wrote some numbers in his table because they're supposed to go to two. So they didn't measure the entire quarter. They measured to like 2 cities. They measured that were sufficiently far apart, and then they extrapolated the data. Now.
Oh yeah, because extrapolated data gets everything done correctly.
Now he didn't want to get to the. I don't know if he made it to the city, if he eventually did, but or if he sped up the process by fudging the numbers. But basically, fudged the numbers, put them in his table, submitted it, and then they were like, okay, with this data, this is how short they made it. And they made it like 3 centimeters, I think. So if you run the numbers, it's a very small amount, but it exaggerates for the circumference of the Earth.
Yeah.
So the meter, I think, was like 3 centimeters shorter than it should be. I think.
Of course.
It's something small, barely unnoticeable. But
except you can literally notice that over 10 meters, 30 feet, you're already going to notice an issue. Mm-hmm. Especially if it's 3 centimeters.
But obviously, no one had any idea how big the Earth actually was. You can't lay out 40,000 of these things and be like, yeah, you're too short, bud. It's like, okay, the Earth is pretty big.
No, maybe you're too long. So he's like, you gotta lay them together, just something's not right.
Something's not right. Anyways.
We're like, no, they had the perfect number of sticks made, right? Yeah. And they're laying them one by one by one, and then they meet, and we still got 1,000 sticks left.
So then, fast forward to this, was it 70s and 80s? When we started sending satellites with GPS out there, and we measured the exact polar circumference, which is why the number
probably the 60s.
Which is why the number is so specific. Yeah. Well, I don't know when we started sending satellites out. Yeah, was it the 60s or something?
Well,
I don't know when we had GPS out. GPS satellites.
We would have figured it out.
Well, anyways, so once we started having GPS and we got a more exact figure, we were like, so the polar circumference of the Earth is about 7,800 kilometers longer.
Oops. Man.
And so, because people are stubborn and we need to keep the historical significance of the meter the same, we live with the fact that it'll never be exactly 40.
Oh, yeah, but, the meter still isn't based off that. What's it? It's based off of light now, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's based off of light now, but we kept it so that way it'd equal what it used to be. We didn't want it. We didn't want to.
Oh, wrong.
Because remember, light. The meter is one is a fraction of 1/299,792,458 seconds. Like how long it takes light to go. That fraction of a second is a meter.
Right.
Why is it that weird ass number? 299,792,458? Because of how long we decided to make the meter. We could have just made the meter a little bit longer, shorter, or whatever. That way it'd be exactly 300,000. We could have done it. We could have done it. Made it exactly 300,000. But no, because we wanted to live with the historical significance of what it used to be and keep everything the same.
Yeah, 300,000 would be great because that would
it'd be nice and easy to remember.
That also match 1 light year, 300,000 kilometers.
Nope. We need to keep the meter exactly the same as it used to be.
I had to Google that last night. I was like, how far is a light year?
I mean,
186,000 miles.
They actually changed how long the foot was. Why can't we change how long the meter was?
Because no one gives two shits about how long the fucking foot is.
Well, back then, when the issue came about, there was a fire. Was it 1630? I think
You telling me they changed the foot because of a fire?
Yeah. When was this?
Fire of Parliament.
Yeah, that's not 1840. I thought it was like 1600s.
No.
The burning of Parliament.
Apparently not. Well, that's why the American foot probably doesn't match the.
It's on a Wikipedia. Or is it the burning of Parliament? I could have swore it was in the 1600s. It was like 1615 if I had to give a number.
1610s. Seems like this happens a lot.
Well,
I mean, it's made of wood. You always have like some sort of like charcoal thing going on. It is what it is. Well, folks, we're never gonna get it. We're never gonna get past.
All right.
This.
So it was. I guess it was in 1800s then. The fire was 1834. I thought it was 1600s.
Anyways, what's so special about this fire?
So, the British standard measurements, the yard, the pound, were both lost in the blaze. That had been created. These measurements were created in 1496. So after that, our definition of the yard and pound were lost. So we had
the British's definition.
Yes, but the British, gave us our yard.
Yeah, but our yard is different than theirs.
But this is before we were a country, though.
Not in 18 something.
Because these were yeah.
Not when the fire happened.
So we made it. Wait, did we make our own?
Yeah.
Because we wanted to be different.
Yeah. That was the whole point.
I thought they were pretty similar. Well, I guess there is.
That's the whole reason why we didn't switch to the metric system too.
The metric system.
Because then they switched. No, yes, but then the British switched and we're like, fuck them. No.
Actually, that's not why. So actually, we could have actually been a part of it. It's because of pirates.
Oh. Oh, that's right. Yes, the pirates.
The pirates. So Thomas Jefferson was supposed to receive prototypes of the original meter.
That's right.
And the kilogram or gram or whatever.
Damn, the memes would have been so much different.
But pirates stole it.
Damn, no memes then.
And so, but pirates stole the prototypes, and so he never received them.
Didn't they just throw them to the bottom of the ocean? Like, the fuck are these?
I don't know what they did with them. But yeah, they were lost to pirates, and so because of that, we kept using our same metric. We kept using our same.
Oh
standard.
No! Yeah, no. The guy told them like these gotta get to Jefferson, but they didn't know. But they didn't speak his language or whatever. Yeah. So like, what the fuck does that mean? They were like, look. We don't have any. We'll give you the treasure, but you have to make it to the. That's what it was. The guy told them, like, this has to get to Jefferson.
Yeah. It had nothing to do with the U.S. wanting to be different. No, we wanted to try it. Thomas Jefferson wanted to see these. He never got them. He never got them.
Never got my Amazon order. But why didn't they bother? Why didn't he just ask for a resend? Did he get?
I don't know. Was he old? I don't know when this happened.
Or maybe his presidency ran up, and so the next guy was just like, "The fuck was Jefferson working on? Fuck that!
Know.
Back to genocide."
Yeah, we have to get rid of these. The Cherokee.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what happened. Like, we have genocide to do.
Well, I guess no. That was Jackson. That was several years later. Because Thomas Jefferson.
The white people were committing
genocide.
But the entire 1800s was genocide.
Was it Quincy Adams? Who was number 4? Monroe?
Yeah.
Monroe.
It was. It's Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Monroe.
Monroe.
Pretty sure. I have a thing.
So Monroe was like, I don't know what the hell was he going? Was
Jefferson's secretary, you know, is just like, sir, you have to send a letter up to France. It's like, fuck, no, you're fired. Bring me the next guy. We'll work on today. Genocide, sir. Ah, perfect. Ah, yes, genocide, perfect. No, I'm pretty sure he did tell the pirates, hey, this has got to get to Jefferson, but I don't think the language.
Oh yeah,
is
then there was the Great Fire of 1666. So there was a fire in the 1600s. Yeah, they've had a lot of fires.
Oh really? I wonder why. He's made of freaking wood.
Well, I mean, the White House had a fire. It was in the 1800s.
The British caused the fire.
Well, they were mad because we never had a fire.
I'm pretty sure when Washington was designing DC, he was just like, boys, no fire.
Oh, I typed white fire. Burning of Washington.
1814, yep.
The British invasion.
1814, we took a little trip along with Colonel Jackson down the mighty Mississippi. Took a little bacon, we took a little beans, caught the bloody British to the town of New Orleans. We fired our guns and the British took the front. Fired once more, they began to run.
How would you like to be the guy to just sit in the back with a canvas, have all these firemen, people angry, what's going on? And you're just like, this is a great time for a painting.
Ah, yes, democracy's burning. Perfect time.
People are like, there's shit, we need to grab all the paintings from inside the White House. I think I'll make a new one. Something to remember this day by.
Yeah, but then we had a guy on fire.
This. he's just vibing. He's just vibing.
What the hell? What is this footage? I feel like we're going to get put on a watch list here if we're not careful.
Oh no, we're good. Oh look, another one. Oh, this is like an actual picture.
It's CGI.
Oh, this actually happened.
Oh yeah, I
don't remember what day this was, but I'm.
Yesterday.
Look, see, it was on the news. White House fire.
Dry Creek. Why? I don't think there's a Dry Creek in Virginia.
There probably is now. You don't think there's any dry creeks in Virginia?
They're flooding.
You don't think there's one dry creek? Not even one?
I don't know. We'll have to ask. People of Virginia. Is there a dry creek? Well, so much for trying to get to the next subject, because, well, it's now been 30 minutes.
What was the next subject?
I wanted to further discuss the superconductor.
Oh.
And the properties I've learned about them.
Okay.
But it's been 30 minutes. Quick? I don't know. Oh, I suppose we could certainly try. So
10 minutes.
Okay. So they've been trying. So the people have been trying to replicate the superconductor with interesting results. I have found out that no, we will not be opening a factory because even though it's easy to make said superconductor, it's hard to manufacture in mass. So, and it may take decades before we're able to manufacture, enough transform the entire grid. And you are absolutely correct when you brought up the voltage range of the frickin' superconductor. It's not very much.
Nope.
A very small voltage range. Now, granted, however, that small voltage range does carry up to like 200 degrees C, which could be very useful. Could be. In industrial applications.
Your phone will charge very, very slow.
Yes. But, however, the superconductor, this isn't a perfected art of building said superconductor. If we can make the crystals bigger, we can thus increase the superconductivity of the material. Mm-hmm. But also, because this is the new type of superconductor, so basically all superconductors to this date, they require some way of holding, the motion of the molecules inside of it in such a way that the electricity can pass through it with very little resistance.
Yes.
This is either done with cold or extreme pressure. Mm-hmm. However, this one does it differently. This uses intermolecular forces to actually hold them down. I'm sure you've probably read something about it already.
A little bit.
So basically, you have this phosphorus in the middle, and it's a lead around the outside. And when we replace the lead with copper, the copper causes a stress to form on the molecule structure. The stress crimps down and it causes the superconductivity. Not the fact that it's copper. It's nothing to do with copper. It's just the copper has a different orbital size than the friggin' lead. So, if we use this, what we've learned, and apply it to other... So, obviously, okay, maybe this just, it is superconductive, but obviously it's not great. But if we apply what we learned here and apply it to computer models, we may be able to manufacture or find superconductors a lot easier and that work way better at room temperature using this idea.
Possibly, yeah.
Of using intermolecular forces to apply the pressure or the hold downs. I don't know what you want to call it.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's but yeah, so I learned that, and then I feel like there was something else I wanted to tell you. We already discussed the batteries. Mm-hmm. And its use in batteries. I guess it'll be really useful in MRIs, because MRIs won't require any cooling anymore. They won't require liquid helium or liquid nitrogen. I think they're all still liquid helium. So they won't require that anymore. Fusion reactors will be more efficient. But that's not really the issue with fusion reactors. The issue with fusion reactors is beryllium. But that's a whole nother subject for another day. I could get into that. Mm-hmm. Because the big fusion reactor they're building in France, it uses beryllium.
Wait, fusion reactor? Mm-hmm. They're building a fusion reactor. Mm-hmm. Not fission, fusion.
Fusion. Right. Because
I thought they just figured out ignition. They're already ready to build a reactor.
They've been working on this for decades already.
But they already have the science figured out on how they're going to make it work?
Apparently, pretty much, we've always kind of knew this was going to work. We just have to do it. Mm. Like, the science says it'll work. We just have to build it and do it. Because I think it just doesn't work on small scales very well.
So the first one's being built in France?
The largest one.
Oh.
That,
Where was the first one built?
Well, I mean, it was built in the United States, using... But that didn't...
Wait, we have a fusion reactor?
But those didn't generate electricity.
What?
Those didn't generate electricity.
Oh.
This, theoretically, would generate electricity.
So this is the first one to generate electricity?
It might not be the first to generate. It's just going to be the biggest one.
Oh.
Thus far.
How many does the U.S. have?
We don't have it.
We don't have any.
We have fusion reactors, just none of them generate electricity.
What are they doing?
Testing so that they could generate electricity.
Oh.
But there was a company I watched a video on. We
need a war to kickstart this,
Well, that's what the China war will do.
Because see, there was the whole deal with after watching Oppenheimer, it's like a war is what we needed to give a push, a race to try to figure out this issue. We have no war to give us an incentive.
Yeah, but what would a war do as for an incentive for?
That's the thing. I don't know how a fusion reactor. Well, because we already have a fusion bomb.
Yeah.
We need a bigger bomb.
What? I'm pretty sure the world's kind of decided that no, that's a bad idea. Unless you're Russia. Anyways, no. So back to the thing. So they have to find a way to they need neutrons, right? I think that was the issue. I don't quite remember. Anyways,
they're running out of neutrons.
No. So they have to build the thing. The thing consumes to build this giant fusion reactor they're building. It consumes It would consume 1/3 of the Earth's beryllium supply that we produce in 1 year.
Oh,
to build it.
It's not too bad.
Not too bad.
You're saying only 4 months we were already good.
Yes, but yes. But that's for what the rest of the world consumes.
Yeah, so we just give it all to France for 4 months, then we go back on our way.
Yeah, but we only have to do that for every fusion reactor that we build. And
of that size.
Yes, but those.
We'll just make them all smaller, so it only takes I don't know, a month's worth of beryllium.
Yeah, but what about all the other vital things we use beryllium for?
Like what?
Golf clubs.
Golf clubs? Golf clubs! That's your reason? Golf clubs? You don't even play golf!
That's the only... I would.
You don't even play golf!
I would if I had beryllium clubs.
They've already been made. Here's the deal, right? They already have their beryllium. Just stop sending them more, and they'll just keep using it up. And then they have plenty of golf clubs.
Anyway,
do you know how many
X-ray
they keep producing? They have probably millions of dollars worth of golf clubs in inventory. You can finally have them sell it all.
Well, it's copper beryllium, and these are very expensive golf clubs. Very few.
Yeah, so they need to run out of their inventory. They need to sell their inventory. This will give them a reason. There's no more golf clubs. Sell your inventory.
No. That reminds me of. It reminds me of the young Sheldon where he needs to go it reminds me of the guy who bought a bunch of smoke detectors to build a nuclear reactor.
That was Sheldon.
Well, yeah, but there's also a guy that did it too.
He wanted americium.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but there was also a guy that did it too.
Oh, is that where that came from?
Yeah. There was a guy who he wanted to. So he built a model reactor for Boy Scouts. Mm-hmm. But he wanted to build an actual reactor, too.
So he bought a whole bunch of smoke detectors?
Actually, he didn't need to. This is back in the day when you could just call up a factory, tell them that you're an inspector, a tester from the government, and I need all your defective smoke detectors.
Oh.
Or whatever. The factory's like, sure. Gave him a bunch of their fucking defective smoke detectors. Just because they're defective doesn't mean they're still not radioactive.
Yeah.
And
so he took out the americium.
He started extracting the americium from it. Well, I think he poisoned a few people by accident with radiation.
Whatever.
There's a point where there was so much radiation being generated, he had to load the reactor core into the back of his car and drive it away from town because it was generating too much radiation.
Did he die from radiation poisoning?
No, I think his friends did, though.
Oh, his friends did.
No. He
lived to this day to tell the tale.
He died he died at 63 from smoking.
So did he succeed? Did he build a reactor?
No, the FBI stopped him.
Oh,
he got close.
So what FBI, was the town just like? Why is our Geiger counters going off?
Yeah, pretty much. I think somebody was just like. Probably somebody tipped somebody off. The Atomic Energy Commission was probably doing some shit and was like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah. Why is your Geiger counter going off? There's your 10 minutes.
Well, we didn't really talk about the superconductor. But anyways.
Rain.
Yeah. Anyways, I'd like to go for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New podcast every Friday, 12 p.m. such time. And good night.